And now we shall begin.
Our symposium today will attempt to look at this drug and look at it from a number of different perspectives, but most importantly, as reflected in the title, how does it work? I don't think anyone who has used this drug will feel in any way that this is not a special drug, and we'd like to understand a little bit more about how this drug works in terms of its actions in the brain.
There's lots that he can learn if you are kind but firm. He'll know he's to obey when you give him commands the right way, and you'll see.
Yes, I'll see.
He'll be loyal and true, and he'll do what you want him to. Yes, you will.
Yes, I will.
If you just do it with patience.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning. If you're only half awake, there's a very good reason for it. While you've been asleep, your whole body has been asleep. Your muscles have been completely relaxed. All your body processes have been running in low gear.
If your trip is still in the planning stage, you'll find it useful to know the lay of the land before you get started. If you're already on your way, you'll find a number of valuable tips that will help you make your journey as smooth as possible.
Sometimes you may experience a pleasant, numb-like feeling. It's a wonderful sensation, so comfortable, so soothing and peaceful. And you can feel this comfortable, wonderful relaxation spreading all through you. And as you feel it, you will have a desire to relax more and more.
Up, back, up, and back.
It is first necessary for us to realize that consciousness is not a reality. By that we mean that it is not a substance or a thing. The consciousness is like a lens used for optical purposes. God, or the cosmic, is like the sun in that it is a great source of light, of the greater light, of knowledge and illumination. As we develop the consciousness, we, like a lens, are capable of collecting from infinity mystical light that otherwise would be beyond mortal discernment. Think of a small dot in space. This, we shall say, represents the highest plane of consciousness. It is the consciousness of the great universal mind. Now you shall draw in your mind another circle, some distance from the first one. This circle we shall call the subconscious. Beyond that, then, you shall draw still another circle. It is the objective consciousness. Do you visualize these three circles? Actually, their effects are related.
There is a universal law. We tend to draw to ourselves that which we set out from ourselves. No man can attract to himself what his thought repels. We become precisely that which we imagine ourselves to be. There is an irresistible law of force that governs every human action. The all-important answer is personal motivation. You will magnetize the condition you seek. every negative thought has a negative result. You'll find yourself living with positive expectancy.
Repetitious use will impress these suggestions more and more deeply upon your mind.
First of all, the hypnotized person will not be asleep or unconscious. In fact, in many cases, he will be in a heightened state of awareness.
You are going to relax. Close your eyes, relax your tired mind, and listen only to my voice. All energy is leaving you now. That's right. Very shortly, you will no longer need to listen to my voice. You will develop perfect control over your own mind. You will notice the steady development of mental control. Breathe deeply and relax.
The picture of your desires, held with faith and purpose, is taken up by the formless and permeates it to great distances throughout the universe. For all I know, every living thing, every inanimate thing, and the things yet uncreated are stirred toward bringing into being that which you want.
All set for the next exercise? Here it is. Continue this exercise until you feel moderately tired, and then take a short rest.
There are three principal planes of consciousness. The first of these is objective consciousness. It is the one by which we become aware of the things outside of ourselves.
I want you to think of a small, dark room. You can see yourself on the floor in this room, completely relaxed. And you see a window. You see a small beam of light coming through this window.
You're looking at money, big money. Regimentation, uniformity, dehumanization, alienation, protection for private property, deeds for land, patents for ideas, and enforcement of contracts.
Our biggest single product in this country this day is data, information, facts. They don't seem to make us any wiser. Maybe it's just the opposite. Maybe all this information just confuses us. But here's some more to chew on.
The natives all walk around in funny uniforms. They speak a peculiar jargon, full of sports and military terms. They may even seem to practice an alien religion, for they worship the strangest of idols.
Try to suppress all sensations which you may now be experiencing. Do not feel.
Over there, you'll be able to buy a washer and dryer and television set for a couple $100. Over there, you'll be able to buy a dress, latest creation, for, I don't know, $40, $50. And over there, you'll be able to buy an ice cream cone with your own choice of 31 flavors for a few pennies. I think old J.P. Morgan himself would have been amazed. I know, late at night, I still am.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Don't breathe. Breathe normally.
Another common misconception is that the subject must surrender his will. Actually, he may retain his judgment and be fully capable of making decisions throughout the hypnotic state, if he should wish to do so. Some people believe that only people of low intelligence or weak-willed can be hypnotized. This is entirely false. Rather, it appears that people of average or above average intelligence make the best subjects.
Then, there is the subjective plane, by which we become aware of our thought processes and have a realization of self.
Each of us is, in fact, the end result of what we think. The only practical world is that which is within ourselves. You can either think rich or think poor, abundance or lack, poverty or plenty. The choice is yours.
Everything that man has ever been and everything he will be is the product of his brain.
Turn your consciousness inward. Reach deep, deep into your being. Let there be just self. Self. Self.
It's a wonderful, restful feeling. Close your eyes. Happy dreams.
I think there is very, very little time to waste. Discipline should start right now. You should get a system of discipline that you adhere to every time.
It's almost like sending him to school and you're the teacher.
Whatever he is doing wrong, and every time he does something wrong, the same procedure should be used.
Just press him down with your hand and say no firmly.
Just push him down? What if he tries to get up?
Or he might. Just firmly and gently put him back in position, saying down. Don't forget, it isn't punishment, it's conditioning.
Conditioning.
Now, if he does something wrong, you scold him.
Or say no, and make him do it right.
If he does something very well, he should be rewarded. Love and kisses, you know.
No one has the right to make you feel weird.
That was wonderful, wonderful.
Imagine an all-purpose payment card. Payment is made by inserting your card into a computer terminal and punching in the relevant data.
This is the one I want.
So much to this store, so much to that company, and so on. The computer does it all. Instant debit and credit. Terminals will be installed much like telephones. Public and private terminals all over town. You could pay all your monthly bills from the comfort of your own home at the touch of a button.
If compelling people by physical force to do things for you reduces them to slavery, compelling them by mental means accomplishes exactly the same thing. The only difference is in methods.
We need protection from our enemies, that's obvious. We've got an obligation to remember what we were given to start with.
The greatest piece of real estate anybody ever lucked into. Conflict is a part of our democratic process. We can only try to be as fair as possible. Try to make sure no one is hurt for too long.
Bend knees, straighten up. Bend knees, straighten up. Squat, straighten. Squat, straighten.
Most of you should now be ready for a deeper stage of hypnosis.
Brothers and sorors, no human mind could adequately define the cosmic. However, certain aspects of the nature of the cosmic man has learned. These we must know if we are to strive for cosmic consciousness, which is the third and highest application of our mortal consciousness.
If you want to become rich, you must not make a study of poverty. Things are not brought into being by thinking about their opposites. Health is never to be attained by studying disease and thinking about disease, and no one ever got rich by studying poverty and thinking about poverty. What tends to do away with poverty is not the getting of pictures of poverty into your mind, but getting pictures of wealth into the minds of the poor. You are not deserting the poor in their misery when you refuse to allow your mind to be filled with pictures of that misery. Poverty can be done away with, not by increasing the number of well-to-do people who think about poverty, but by increasing the number of poor people who purpose with faith to get rich. Do not talk about poverty. Don't investigate it or concern yourself with it. Never mind what its causes are. You have nothing to do with them. What concerns you is the cure. The poor don't need charity. They need inspiration. Charity only sends them a loaf of bread to keep them alive in their wretchedness. Inspiration will cause them to rise out of their misery. If you want to help the poor, demonstrate to them that they can become rich. Prove it by getting rich yourself.
People who want to stay alive don't do things that are uneconomical for very long.
Picturize. Face yourself squarely. Honestly. Realistically. Crystallize your thinking. Develop a sincere desire for the things you want in life. Desire is akin to thirst. We either succeed at failure or succeed at success. You'll be thankful for problems because you can turn them into procedures. Where do I stand now? In the brilliant sun of positive expectancy.
Is this a bad person?
Many people fear that they won't be able to come out of hypnosis. Granted, this makes a good topic for a work of fiction, but the fact is, it would be utterly impossible to keep a person in a state of hypnosis for any length of time.
You will conceive yourselves as being a point of light, like the flame of a candle, for example. You will next conceive the flame, which you visualize, extending its aura, its area of illumination, until more and more of the darkness surrounding it is converted into an infinite golden radiance. Slowly now, extend that light. See its rays reaching, piercing the remaining veil of darkness. Brothers and sorors, you may now open your eyes.